Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Wednesday, August the 21st, 2024. Wednesday, August the 21st. Let's get started. We've got some things going on. Let's discuss the whole Christina situation. Christina, Christina, Christina. She is looking at the paperwork that apparently Ava had drawn up. Not Ava, sorry. Alexis had drawn up for her. Remember, Alexis was not going to get involved, but I guess for the official paperwork, Alexis was the one that typed it up or prepared it or had it prepared. Where Christy, she should not have. Alexis wanted to stay completely neutral. Being completely neutral does not mean I'm going to prepare a paperwork from one daughter to keep the baby that's promised to another daughter. She might know about it as their mother. She might know about that. But guess what? Just because you tell me something as your mother, I'm going to give you my advice, but I'm not going to help you draw paperwork. Because what happens when my other daughter knows I had a hand in the process? Because you want to know what Christina would do? She would tell Molly, Mom had it drawn up. She didn't help me. Look, don't blame Mom. She didn't help me make the decision. She just had it drawn up. Alexis Davis is not the only lawyer in town. Christina could have got that paperwork drawn up from any other attorney. And it doesn't even have to be a high caliber attorney. All she would have to have done is picked up the phone and called her daddy's attorney, Diane Miller. Now, Diane would have said, yes, I have a whole lot on my plate. I'm very, very busy, but that's a boilerplate thing. Diane could have even had her legal assistant draw it up for Christina. But Alexis, that's just going to put so much strain and distance between her and Molly. Her and who she calls her mini me. She calls Molly her mini me. Right? Christina's the problem child, the one that needs coddling. So she's looking at it, and Christina's sitting there because she goes, look, this is today's the funeral day. This is something that Alexa says, we as a family, we have to pull together in times like this. So Christina looks at her mother and says, I wonder would Molly still consider me family if she knew what I was going to do. And she had the paperwork in her hands. And Alexis looked at her and she said, Molly and TJ absolutely don't need to know what you were planning to do. And Christina says, Alexis may have taken the papers out of her hand and she goes, not that it's worth anything now. Like the baby's gone, so it's mute. So, case in point, then why would they need to know, Christina? Because Christina wants everybody to feel as bad and or worse than she does right now, even though she caused the whole situation. She wants her sister to know, I was going to keep that baby. She wants it. Absolutely, she does. So Alexis had paperwork all on her, on the desk. She kind of got it together haphazardly, put it in her briefcase, put her briefcase somewhere else, but then Christina still had the papers. This is before Christina put the papers down on the desk. or Alexis took them and put them down on the desk. But Alexis didn't put the paperwork in her briefcase. And actually, they weren't on the desk, they were on the coffee table in front of Christina. So Molly hadn't arrived yet. Molly's at home with TJ. They're, supporting each other. TJ's family comes. TJ and Molly says it's time, you're right, for our baby to have a name, because I decided it right now. So that means we need to do it because I decided it. And they came up with the name. TJ told his family what the name was, and I'm going to switch over to here. And Stella and Marshall, it really kind of hit them hard as he's saying it's a name that, represents blah, blah, blah. And we want to name our baby Irene Marie. And Marshall, his face, you really couldn't tell what he was thinking, right? Curtis, you could tell he was okay. That's his mom, Stella's sister, Marshall's wife. Because I don't think they ever got divorced. So anyway, of course, and ultimately the family gives their blessing, but Stella had to go outside pretending she's got to look for the bagels that were supposed to be delivered. And she, has to hang on to the wall to hold herself up. She's so full of emotion. So Curtis comes out and he supports her and, kind of comforts her and holds her up. And she says, I didn't want you to see me like this. I didn't want you to come out here. He said, my mama would come down and get on me if I didn't come out here, Auntie, and make sure you're okay. Because I know how this affects you. Right. So he was there for his aunt. And Molly hadn't, she's on her way at that point. She was still there. No, she was not there when TJ told his family. Molly was already headed over to Alexis's. So Christina comes down the stairs. Molly and Alexis were talking. And Alexis was telling, I forget what Alexis was telling Molly. And Christina says, what are you two talking about? And so, or I forget what was that conversation. I wasn't keyed into Alexis and Molly that much, especially when I saw Christina coming down the stairs. So they kind of changed the subject, and Molly says, well, TJ and I named the baby. And Christina looks up and she goes, what? Without me? Molly looked at her sister and said, it is TJ and my decision to make. Oh, she wasn't apologizing for it, and as she shouldn't apologize for it, right? What surrogate thinks they're going to be involved with the baby naming process? Right? So Christina looks, she goes, the baby's name. Oh, you know what? Maybe she had told Alexis, and that's what she was saying. Well, maybe we shouldn't mention that, I don't know. But anyway, she goes, it's Irene Marie. And Christina looked at her and said, well, I would not have picked that name. Ooh, I would not have named the baby that. So Molly is getting ready to rev up on her, right? And Alexis jumps in the middle. Wait, girls. And she's looking at Christina. Do not start arguing with each other, because emotions are high right now. And if you don't stop, either one of you might say something that cannot be taken back. So don't start fighting. This is too important a day. So then there's a knock on the door, and it's Kate's. Ridiculous. It's Kate's. And Kate's comes in. Let me see. Is this? No, I don't have Kate's on that picture. Such a jerk face. He goes, Christina, uh, Corinthos, come with me. And Alexa says, wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What do you think you're doing? I'm taking her down to the station for questioning. She goes, questioning about what? This is an FBI matter. And Alexis says, I will be calling the judge, your boss, and she named something else. What is this all about? And he says, because Christina has now been accused to trying to commit murder. And she goes, wait, what? Christina's like, what? Ava Jerome revised her statement. Christina Corinthos said she was going to kill her. And Christina and Molly is looking. I see nobody believed that. I mean, look, even Charlie Brown wouldn't believe that. You know, even Trina, who believes everything she's told from anybody, she wouldn't not even believe that. So Alexis says, you know what? She's going nowhere. We are on our way to bury the baby that didn't survive. And so he didn't keep looking, he didn't care. He goes, if you both try to get in my way, I'll take all of you down. And none of you will be at that funeral. And so Alexis says, you know what? You obviously don't know the law. You don't know, obviously, what is in Christina's release papers. Because so you're prohibited from this. And when the judge finds out you made us miss a funeral for questions you can ask at any other time, it's not going to go too well for you, Agent Cates, because it proves harassment. And he stands in. Well, I will be asking her questions. I will be back to she will be answering questions. And Alexa and he turns and he's walking out the door and she slams the door on his backside. I should have hit him in the butt, right? And I thought, why are they writing that way? He is the worst rendition of an FBI agent on this planet. If I was an FBI agent fan of General Hospital, or now, because a lot of folks are retired who love General Hospital, they're our age, soap operas, I'd be like, who acts like that? Realistically, who acts like that? So Alexis, she's sitting down, she's talking to Christina. She said, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure you're protected. And while she's talking to Christina, Molly's across the room. Why and when she went over and turned papers because Alexis had the papers up, but see, they were upside down when they were on the coffee table. I don't know when those papers were put on that desk back there and were they put upside down. I don't know. Because Molly sure is looking at it. And she's reading this petition that her sister had prepared, typed up, ready to rock and roll. and she's listening to her mother saying, I will do everything to make sure you're protected and taken care of. She's looking because she's thinking, oh, I see you sure are, mom. You sure are doing everything you can. See, which is another reason why Alexis shouldn't have been involved. Had Christina had that stuff drawn up and done by an independent party, it would have been at her home. It would not have, Alexis would not have had those. As a matter of fact, before Molly came over that day, before Christina went to Ava's and before she was served, Christina had some paperwork. Now, I don't know if it was the finalized paperwork, but she was, still considering what she's going to do about her baby. Then Molly shows up because I think, as a matter of fact, Blaze was initially there and Blaze leaves because she was talking to Blaze about it. And she hid the paperwork, I think, behind a pillow when Molly came. And then now Christina ended up getting served by Ava. So a lot of things got derailed. If it's the same paperwork, how did Alexis get it? I don't know. So anyway, Molly now is just looking up at the two. And I thought, ooh, this is going to be good. Tomorrow's going to be so good. And I can't wait. Now, what do you think, Daily Recap, Comic Corner fans? Do you think Molly's going to read it, formulate her own opinion, put the papers down, walk out the door saying, I got to get to TJ and to my baby's funeral? Or do you think she's going to address it and put Christina's feet to the fire? I don't know that Molly's going to address it right now. My gut says Molly is going to stew on it for a while, and Molly's going to tell TJ, and Molly is going to formulate her own plan of attack against her sister in another manner. Because Molly is a strategist and an attorney like her mother. And she might see the situation right now with Alexis coddling Christina as putting Molly at a disadvantage. And I think Molly is going to want the advantage. I don't think Molly's going to say anything. That's my gut. Period. And I saw scenes where, Rick shows up at the service late. His plane got delayed. And Molly is talking about she's so glad he's here because she feels all alone. So that means I don't think she confronted Alexis about it. I don't think Alexis knows. That's going to be interesting how that plays out. Now, one thing we found out, a little tidbit, Jason and Sonny were talking. The pharmacist is on Sonny's island in Puerto Rico. They're keeping him out of Jagger's reach. They keep him out of Jagger's reach. They're not killing him. They're actually protecting him. And they're keeping him out of Valentine's reach. They're kind of shielding him, so they can use him if Sonny chooses as the bombshell to testify against, if he chooses to, right? So Anna comes over to tell Sonny Ava revised her statement against Christina, accusing Christina of trying to kill her. And Sonny said, that's ridiculous. And when she saw Jason there, she goes, oh, see. And I'm thinking, Anna, shut up. You already know Jason is back with Sonny. So your looks every time you see them together is not going to do nothing. So Sonny's like, okay. And she goes, so I'm letting you know, because I'm sure you would find out And I want to remind you again, do not take the law into your own hands. Because you'll be the first person I come after. Whatever. So she tells Jason, I need to speak to you. I've got some questions for you. And Jason's like, okay, what are they? No, these questions I want to do in private. Jason says, what's this regarding, Anna? And she goes, it's about Scott Baldwin. He's gone missing. And from my understanding, you're the last person that saw him. And Jason's like, I know nothing about Scott. So I need to question you. She gets him down to the precincts because Sonny let her know. Where's Valentine Cassadine? Because I want to find Valentine Cassadine. Valentine Cassadine tampered with my medication. And Anna looked. Well, no one knows where he's at. He goes, I'm going to find him. So when she gets Jason down to the precinct, the first thing she said is, we had an understanding regarding Valentine. And Jason said, no, you told me what you wanted to happen regarding Valentine. I never agreed to that, Anna. He says, because I never agreed that I wasn't going to tell Sonny, and I am going to keep Sonny abreast. He says, now, I will not tell Sonny that you made me promise to give you time to go warn Valentine so that he could flee the country with his daughter. Every time that's said out loud, Anna's like, he goes, that'll stay between me and you. Okay. But that's the last thing, Anna, that I'm going to do for you regarding Valentine Cassadine. So she goes, well, it's just Sonny. You working. You're better than that. You working back for Sonny. Stay clean. You were in the coffee house, the warehouse. That's a legitimate business. Stay, working there. He goes, Anna, you don't have a say in what I do. I'm just saying, working with Sonny and what he does is going to compromise you. It's going to compromise you. And he goes, oh, like you're compromised, Anna? You know what, Valentine, the crimes he's committed. But yet you warned him so that he could escape justice, really, anyway. So compromise like you? And she's just, see, hit her in the face again. Boom, hit her in the face. So she goes, yes, I'm compromised. Then turn in your gun and badge, chick. Turn them in. Because see, now what has come out of your mouth is, yes, I am compromised. But I don't want that for you. You don't have to be. You could choose a different path because I'm going to take Sonny down. And if you're standing there with him, you'll go down with him. See, at that point, Jason should have turned around and said, Anna, Sonny's off limits. If Sonny is not off limits, Anna, I'm going to snitch on you. And you will not be the commissioner anymore. You aided and abetted. Not years ago, last month. And he goes, you're still trying to do it. You're still trying to find and warn Valentine. No, I need to bring Charlotte back. He goes, no, I don't care what you're telling yourself. No. So Jason turned and he walked out and she's looking at, And I'm thinking, oh my goodness. Now Sonny's telling Jason his plans. His plan is he's going to use Anna as bait to get Valentine back. Because he says if he feels Anna's in danger, oh, he'll come back to help her. And Jason's like, that's risky, Sonny. It's good. That's very risky because Anna is the chief of police. Whatever is done, Jason's like, I know we really got to come up with a better plan, right? But they didn't get to continue talking because Anna came. So anyway, I thought, okay, Anna, I'm disappointed. I don't understand. Yes, oh, Anna, love Valentine, but you know what? You either love the criminal more than you love the law. And if that is the case, give up the law. Because you cannot then pass judgment on other criminals' activity because you just so happen not to be in love with them. Anyway, I just shake my head. I'm saying, look, while I'm watching, saying all kind of curse words at Anna. All kinds. Daily recap land, nope, not doing it. But trust me, I'm still thinking them. Still thinking them. It's like shit. Anyway, man. Okay. So now we have Trina. Trina and Josh were arguing about Ava. Jocelyn needs to shut up. Because you know I hate Ava, Trina. Wait, and you know Trina loves Ava. So stop trying to convince Trina of anything. Jocelyn, you should know better. So Ava walks in as they're kind of going back and forth, and Jocelyn is saying, you're the problem. You know, you won't even see or consider the fact that, and look at who she really is. And she goes, no, Jocelyn, you know, just because I don't see her the way you do, she means something completely different to me. So anyway, Ava says, oh, is this a bad time? And Trina says, no, we're getting ready. Jocelyn says, we're getting ready to go to Molly and TJ's baby's funeral, or Christina's baby's funeral. And she just looks at Ava. And Ava says, well, Trina, I wasn't even expecting you to come into work. You can go ahead and go so you won't be late. So Jocelyn says, yeah. So she's starting to walk out, and she looked back at Christina. Christina says, I'll get a ride share. You go. So she turns and she talks to Ava. She goes, did you tell me what really happened, Ava? Did you push Christina? And do you know Ava told her everything about Kate? She told Trina the truth. She says, and now I'm being forced to officially change my statement and lie. Agent Cates is forcing me to do it. And I've got myself into trouble. And Trina's just looking at her. And I thought, that's significant. Her telling Trina about her being forced is Ava's way of getting the word out. Even her telling Nina, it's Ava's way of getting the word out. But see, when she was talking to Nina, Kate had not come back and forced her to change her story. But talking to Trina, this has already happened. And she changed it. And at the beginning, it showed her, doing her revised statement. And Anna is in the room looking at her. And as the statement's being taken, and Anna says, This statement is absolutely quite the contrast of the first statements you made. Well, I was in shock. I wasn't thinking clearly. Now I'm thinking clearly, and this is my official statement. So when Anna walked out, Kate is like, "You were brilliant. You were this, you were that." And she goes, "But it's all a lie that you're making me say." Nope. This is to get Sonny Corinthos. So anyway, we shall see what's going to happen with Trina. How is Trina gonna get the word out? Is she gonna tell Jocelyn? Because we know Jocelyn can't hold water. But Sonny walks into the gallery at the end. And Sonny says, no, Ava looks at him and says, "Sonny, are you here to kill me?" He looks at her and he says, some kind of little threat, you know, I'm here to give you what you deserve, something. And so she's just looking at him. And he goes, "No, I'm not here to kill you." And she's like, "What?" Because she's still, although she's not looking trembled to him, she's still looking apprehensive. She's trying to, you know how Ava kind of gets that stupid little grin, not a grin making fun of you, but I'm stoic. Well, then what are you here for? Right? And when he goes, "No, I'm not here to kill you." Quite the opposite, he says. "I'm here to save your life." And she's just looking at him like, she kind of always got to look at you over her shoulder like, really? Watch. Sonny's going to get her to turn on Kate's. She's going to have to tell him, "Look, you're going to find out sooner." Well, she's figuring he already knows because, Anna's already told him. So he knows she changed her story. She's going to turn this all on Kate's. Agent Kate's is forcing me to do this because he wants to get you. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, she's going to spill her guts to Sonny, but she's going to put more of the blame of anything because Sonny still doesn't know. She was the one that ordered the placebo effect. Somehow she's going to spin this around and make it like, oh, this is going to be good. Ava's going to go into self-preservation and self-protection mode. But she's going to definitely take Sonny's offer. Whatever Sonny's offering her, she's going to take it. 100%. So that part of the storyline is beefing up. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Let's go to Comic Corner. I'm going to go from the top, everybody, this time to the bottom. I started my trusty dusty timer. We've got Autumn says, "Kate is so low down that he thinks he can roll up in people's house knowing that they are going to a baby's funeral. He is so low down that his downfall is coming real soon. I'm glad that judge told Kate's off. He was wasting the court's time with no honest or real evidence." I heard, I didn't read it. I heard someone said probably Comic Corner that Kate is going to end up dead and it'll be who done it. I'm hoping Kate does not end up dead. I'm hoping he gets so stripped from his job, from his bat, humiliated, and I'm hoping has to be sent to jail. Because what he's doing is illegal. He's doing a lot of illegal stuff. I'd rather see Kate go to jail than I want to see Kate killed. That's just my opinion. And then Jag R says, "Look, I'm not surprised Lulu developed a liver infection or disease because she has had long-term use of a respirator. That's true. She probably had feeding tubes and catheters as well as part of everything for her care under the coma. I would hope directly if the doctors say yes, she doesn't receive some type, wait, she doesn't receive some type of treatment. That's the best scenario for that. Well, says yes. If she, oh, says yes if she doesn't receive treatment. Yeah, it's going to have something to do with probably a liver, leading some kind of liver transplant. Anita says maybe Scott is hiding on Spoon Island where he was going with the pharmacist. That could be. Or on a Pacific Island drinking. Also, Kate does not know the thug gangster side of Ava. It is going to be fun watching Gangsta Ava when she turns on Kate. Well, I kind of think Sonny's going to help with that. Sonny is going to, we'll see what Sonny says. I have no idea what he's going to offer Ava. Daxia says John Cates keeps making a fool of himself again in court. FBI boss should come to Port Charles and fire John Cates on the spot. John Cates will lose everything. His bosses will come and taking away John's badge. He's disrespectful to the FBI agent. He should turn in his badge. He is done. Sharon says Sonny needs to play it cool because Ava will break. Yes, she will. I believe Nina taped Ava's conversation. They have about what happened to Christina. I don't know. I don't know when Nina would have had the tape recorder on. She didn't go into her purse. She didn't, while Ava's talking and explaining, Nina never went in and did click. She would have to have come in with her phone recording. So I don't know about that. And then Sharon says, I'm glad Alexis is reminding Sonny about his behavior. Kate is awful coaching Ava. Lucy says, I'm team Ava too. Every great soap opera needs an exciting villainess. Yeah, that's true. Lucy says, I enjoyed Tuesday's episode, a little bit of this and that. What happened to Avery's custody case? Great review. Love Comment Corner. Well, I love Comment Corner too. Judy says, I know TJ needs to tell Molly to grow up and tell her to kick rocks. Diva Princess says, Lulu is being recast. So I'm sure she will survive. Yeah, if they put a casting call out, she's going to survive. Although I really wish they would have brought the other actors playing Lulu back. It's not like she's doing anything that I know of, right? P. Merle says, wait, please do not let Lulu wake up and see Cyrus, that the man who put her there in the first place. Lulu will think she's died and gone to hell. You know what, P. Merle? At the time, because remember, Lulu was taken to the hospital right after the bombing. No one knew who was behind that. Cyrus was chief of staff of the hospital and doing all the drug overdose. He was doing all the bad stuff, but Lulu did not know that he was responsible. She doesn't even know that when she went into the coma that Julian was the one planted the bomb. The bomb that came out later. And then Tulip says, this is the stupidest segment. Why has no one called John Cates' boss? P. Merle says, right. The FBI is all about paperwork and documentation. Kate showing up to court with nothing and hangs his prosecutor out to dry. Anita says, Anna did call the FBI and reported him to his boss. Yeah, but she needs to report him again because he keeps doing things. He keeps adding to misconduct, right? And misappropriating his badge. Madison says, didn't Ava tell Sonny that she killed Nicholas when she hit him over the head? Yes, she did, but that's nothing because remember, Nicholas is not dead. So, okay. Donna says, Kate is really pathetic. Who wrote this stuff? They ruined the original Awesome Jagger character. They have some great original actors coming back. These writers better know what to do with them. I doubt they do. Angie says, daily recap lady, I think Nina is calling that guy at the Invader to write a good story that will benefit Ava. I don't think so. Because for once, she wouldn't talk to him that way. She would say, "Let's it up, Fitz, or whatever his name is. Meet me in my office." She wouldn't say, uh, I have a favor, or you owe me a favor. She wouldn't say that. Well, I don't know, but she wouldn't talk to him like that. She's the upper hand kind of person with him. Do you think that Lulu will get a liver transplant? And will it be will Lucky be the donor? You know what I thought about it? I guess who will probably be the donor, the actual donor, will be her Uncle Cyrus. As part of his redemption story, Cyrus will give a piece of his liver to save his niece, especially since he is the one that put her there. I think that's what they're going to do. Lucky's probably coming back to get tested and to say goodbye to his sister if need be, but I think the actual donor will come from Cyrus. Oh, I would like them to write it that way. Pete Merle says, now that would be a beautiful storyline. Lulu will live. Lulu will live. The charge has been you must mean the character has been recast. So so she gets the liver. Who does she get the liver from? I don't know. I'm thinking Cyrus or Lucky. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Stephanie. I'm thinking it is Cyrus. Maybe Laura. I don't think it's going to be Laura. I think it's going to be Cyrus. And then we have Lisa saying Ava's not going to support John Cates on this. She knows John is going to get her in trouble big time. And then Pete Merle says, yeah, perjury is a serious charge. Ava's all about self-preservation. And then Lisa says to P. Merle, Ava knows she's in deep trouble from being on John Cates' team, that he has made things worse for her. His only goal is getting Sonny, not helping her. This is why she is crying on Nina's shoulder. Nina's going to tell everything Ava told her to Sonny. We shall see. She should tell Sonny, but we shall see what Nina actually does. All right, everybody, that is it. That's it for Comment Corner. I will be back with another daily recap of General Hospital.